at a 7-on-7 football tournament. Video emerged today at a 7-on-7 youth football camp uh, about Cam getting involved. They forgot that Cam is not a regular human being like them.
No,
He was
not at all.
escalating guys single handedly. I'm sure you watched it. We're showing it right now.
You know, the
Go ahead.
funny, it's not about just watching this. It's not just about watching this one. Listen, young fellas, parents need to understand when you have someone like Cam Newton giving players an opportunity to display themselves at these 7-on-7 camps, you are supposed to be taking advantage of these situations. Many of times I have seen clips, not just forget this fight here. Many of times I've seen players, I've seen coaches, and I've seen parents disrespect Cam Newton at these camps, 7-on-7 camps that
I've
he
seen it
puts
too.
on.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it before. I've seen the clips
Yes.
over the years. You are supposed to be, as parents, especially as kids, soaking up as much knowledge as you can and talking about football and just how can I get to where you got to? What
Okay, now Ocho had a clear point. You're supposed to be at this camp for training and learning exercises.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be teaching yourself how to get to that next level, if not asking questions on how to better yourself to get to that next level. Now, here's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these kids are phenomenons. A lot of these kids end up being 6 foot something in only the seventh, eighth grade. So by the time they get to high school, 6'2", 6'3", wide receiver, got to play somewhere else because he can't play on a regular high school team.
Mm-hmm.
So they get these type of events that help get them ready to be showcased throughout the whole high school, and also it helps them get picked for college too.
Mm-hmm.
So college can either pick them up or they go NCAA.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what this was for, but that makes sense. A transitional point.
Yeah, that's all this. All this really is to get your name out there. It's all just exposure,
and not from the damn fight.
and that's the problem. Okay,
You can't take. Let me tell
black
you something.
people,
You can't take the ghetto out of ghetto folks.
black people, listen to me right quick.
You just can't
I
take
need
the
to
ghetto.
ask a question. Why is it that every time someone wants to do something productive for us, and you think that this person is trying to belittle you as an individual, little do you know they have the most understanding on the field because they've been able to experience, teach, coach, learn, study. They've been the student and the teacher. Okay, you gotta be able to fit yourself in there to learn some stuff. It's not always about you. You could be a 4-star receiver and easily by the time you go to college be a 1. They've seen that happen because of ego, or your work ethic falls because you think that you can do all this extra stuff, and then somebody comes up, shows you that you're not like that.
Usually girls.
That too. When you get an actual team that's better than you, that's beating you in practice, and the coach is trying to figure out what he picked you up for. So now you sitting out in the game, you ain't played all
I didn't
season.
sit out long though, because I went to the house and came back.
Yeah, 'cause you ain't played.
Everybody clear the field.
Clear the field.
I'm gonna play by myself.
Man, but that's a ridiculous set of standards to live by, just to think that because a person is coming to you
But brother,
with
I'm gonna tell you something. We can bring all the excuses you want, and I know you're not having any. Or you cannot have and say they shouldn't have any excuses.
Right.
But there is always a reason, a cause for things. Everything has a cause, and that's why you see the effect. People that act out like this, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And the reason that is so predominantly in a certain area is because that area has been the one area chosen to do these experiments on in order to come about with this kind of action. And I'm going to tell you something. You remember that riot they had starting over the 5 again? You remember that riot they had in Baltimore? You remember how all that junk went down? I mean, that was crazy, man. I mean, that noise that everybody was hearing for